And I'm going, oh, I've got to repeat what I said in the last video. Can I just kind of link it and say, hey, go look at the Cancer video? Just the beginning, just the first bit. No, I'll be nice. How are we all anyway? So how many Librans awake at the moment? Yay, Libra. So were you watching before? It's like holding on for dear life. How many Librans have we got awake in the world? What time of your afternoon in the UK? Lunch break. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Wow, Libra. What can I say? How has your month been in April? Yeah. It's almost been an energy of next, really. Oh, my goodness. Which tower? Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, energetically, it sucks, but who are you right now? Who are you becoming? Is your energy becoming more neutral to a point where it's humbling you, connected to ego? Or is it getting to a point where it's triggering you and you're fighting against it like a tide? Because, you know, we can work with the energy in two ways. We can directly work with it in a sense where we're being taken by the current and we're going, wow, bang, bang, bang. Yep, okay, these things are happening from universe. Or are we going to fight it and delay an inevitable cycle of happening? A bit like as I explained before. Not only are scenarios doing 360s at regular intervals, you're starting to get to a point where it's directly humbling you. Now, when I say humbling, ego is directly connected to control or aspects of control in some shape or form. So Librans are perfectionists. Librans are helpers. Librans are prepared, okay? They're always bloody prepared. We're ready for doomsday. We're the doomsday preppers, okay? That's the way I describe Librans. We're doomsday preppers. And they're like, oh, you're so cool through adversity. Yeah, because we think 20 times ahead. We've psychoanalyzed every aspect of everything, weighed those bloody scales left and right, and then when shit hits the fan, hello, Dean, how are you? We're like, didn't see that one coming. I wouldn't say controlling, I would say prepared, and it's due to being energies of empaths. Our energy this year is definitely changing. Now, a lot of Librans this year are not going to look like Librans. And the reason I say that is because a lot of the energies coming through, it just feels like you're turning into a different zodiac sign. It's the only way I can describe it. Now, a couple of readers on YouTube directly explain the Libran energy as being undecided. It's actually not an aspect of being undecided. Very much for a very long time. And this might be where the planets are at the moment. And I'm telling you, there's massive change with Libra. Libra tends to be, okay, again, on this occasion, Barbie dolls won't work, okay? So this is the scale, right? Okay, generally, you would weigh somewhere over here and another person over here or a situation over here. No, you're right back here and you're holding all that shit up. You're holding it up and you're like, I can do it. And then you're going, you know what? I've got to tell you the truth. I can't. And our ego is directly connected to that. And many of us are feeling aspects of failure. Many of us are actually becoming humbled and then sort of like getting a strainer and just putting everything through it and going, wow, that's an eaten mess. I'm reading the comments now. So it's really breaking the spirit down, but it's not. It's breaking the ego down and it's making us adjust to an energy where we're just being We're like, you know what? We're just being. We're in that frequency. Now, you're still going to have those ups and downs, but it's directly affecting and changing the dynamic of your personality. So do not be surprised if the aspect of your personality no longer resembles a Libran character. I do feel almost a Scorpion energy coming through a lot of Librans, where it can be becoming very fiery, but I feel in trigger points temporarily. This is through the transition from April, where you're wanting to go into hermit mode because it appears to be the safest aspect, you know, to directly deal with the energy. However, if you're feeling the need to disconnect, that's okay. Your verbalization as well, that's actually changing too. So people may have deemed you as quite talkers. Many of you energetically are becoming so fatigued due to the trigger points, tower events and everything else, where it's almost like you don't want to hear your voice. You just want the silence. You're like, shh. The energy just feels like it's very much being exhausted, depleted. Now, it's happening for a reason, because you were feeling a path was there, and then bang, you've released an aspect of ego, and now you're going with the flow. Does that make sense? Keep an eye on the time. Now, as I was saying before, one would hope so. A lot of you guys are looking at things and trying to tie up loose ends. You know, you're very much coming to a place where your energy had been on a certain thing or dealing with certain matters, and it's directly fatigued you. You're now sort of during hermit mode and processing mode, purging and cleaning. So it might be taking out the trash or dealing with certain people's energies. But it's not from one area that it's been coming from. It's been from a lot, and it's going to directly impact your energy coming into May. May Day, I call it. Good old May Day. Okay, now a few things were coming in for you guys while I was meditating, and that's very much looking at the aspects of the black and white and the shades in between, and definitely feeling like you know, any aspects of going up, you've been feeling you've been coming down. Anytime you've been thinking you'll go left, you directly do a 360 and you say you're going right, then you come to a standstill. Now, your energy at the moment is safer to move forward. Now, when I say move forward, I don't mean go anywhere. I mean, if you're needing to, definitely. But stand your ground connected to you moving through that aspect of adversity, because that's going to be the best way to do the purging. Now, if you're getting broken down energetically and it's really triggering you, first point of call, as I say, doctors, because I'm not a doctor. I can't help you with that aspect. But from an energy point of view, if you're able to energetically move through that, it is healthiest to deal with that directly head on, go through the motions of the energies and come to a place where you're purging those areas of blocks. I'm just going to have a drink of my coffee. You can tell I'm a mother because I drink cold coffee. That's so sad. It's an iced coffee now. Okay, what do we have coming through for you guys? People aren't really getting you at the moment. You're having pockets of interactions. Now, with the interactions, a lot of people are coming to a place where they don't feel you resemble who you were. It's actually really confusing people. And it's not so much, many of us are feeling like a yo-yo. Many Librans directly are just retreating back. Now, how are you starting over work in a relationship? Many are questioning aspects of work. Many are questioning relationships. Many are just getting to the point all of that subject matter is just too heavy energetically, and to release that directly connected to ego. Because again, Librans are the balancers and trying to make sure everything's okay, but we're really being asked to go with the flow and see how things pan out. Directly deal with what comes through to you and don't fatigue yourself connected to that, because it has been very overwhelming. And I think due to the energy of the shadow period of purging we've been doing, as I was explaining in the last video, a situation has either come down in a tower event connected to you guys, and it's been in every area, and that's the only way I can describe it. This will be with your friendships. This will be with your family. When I say tower, it can be direct conflict, and it's like people have just been triggering you, and it hasn't been one area. It's almost felt like a landslide or a tornado. That's the best way I can describe it. So you've sort of been very neutral, going, wow, you know, what's been happening? How has this been happening? So when you're dealing with it, it's fatigued you so much, but it's killing the ego, which is, it's going to benefit you, but you're just not seeing it yet. So try and move through that. The energy is changing, and I do feel it'll change probably quicker for you guys if you move into that energy at with the correct way and tools. If I can, as I said, I'll try and, after I've done these videos, get up on here and deal with different triggers and aspects that we can look at and deal with, and that may help us through that process. But definitely it's almost like every area has been triggering you, and you're wanting clarity, but you're exhausted, and you're like, when it happens, it happens. When the storm settles, it settles, and I just hope to God I'm standing. That's sort of the energy that's coming through for you guys. I'm going to pull some chakra cards. Many of you are trying to tie up loose ends of things you haven't been able to do. And that may be due to the fact that, how do I put it? It can be while you're in hermit mode meditating. And this was for last month, theoretically right now as I'm recording. Many of you may have been processing. Many of you might have been throwing things away. And a lot of us really at a collective level are purging the past. Now, this can again be directly connected to a past tense situation, a past tense blocks. I mean, at all times we're purging, especially those of us who are twins. There can be situations cropping up that is a trigger point, and, you know, it might be something someone says or something someone does, and it directly triggers us. But for Libran this month, it really felt like it was coming from all ends. Okay. You're not quite knowing how to understand what is the truth and what isn't. Your mind is very worn. Very, very fatigued and worn down. You may have been experiencing headaches, but that can also be an aspect of ascension. You're just really going to use this month to wait and see how things come about. Now, for you personally, you're wanting to see how things are going to pan out. It's like you're looking to the future, although you're waiting to see, and you're trying to visualize and manifest. But your perspective is actually being tested. And again, I will state that because of this shadow period, as I was saying before, if you've directly dealt with an area or an issue that has been a major block, where's the card? It's due to the fact that many of us are having a warped, how do I put it? A time warp where we're going back down memory lane, right? And we're directly dealing with that block, and the block will be different for all of us. And then we're going, wow, we've learnt that, and then it's leveling out, okay? And I'm going to have to do that for every video because that is the energy of what's going on this month. Now, for you guys, something that transpired, you're like, I've seen the truth. But again, remember, there's this shadow period of not everything is as it appears. When the dust settles, your clarity will come. So you're needing to wait for that time. Your mind is playing tricks on you, and you may be getting headaches and feeling like you just don't know how to understand the situation. Now, definitely pay attention to your dreams. Try and get yourself grounded before you go to bed, though. You may be getting downloads, and when I say downloads, I'm meaning, intuition connected to it. Your dreams might be telling you stories. Now, many people I've talked to recently, especially the people that have come for bookings, many twins as such, have directly been having dreams. For me, for a long time, most of my dreams generally are premonitions. That's the way my dreams physically work. For those of you who do dream, there is a difference. So it may be a very conversation-based dream or an aha moment within it that's very random. The color and the texture and the tone of the actual dream may be different. That's if you dream in color, because not everybody does. What else? But it's a repetitious dream generally. But when you're getting downloads, it's direct random information coming to you, and it might be you're dealing with the situation, but then it's different information every night. And probably for the last week to 2 weeks, I'd been really dreaming and getting downloads connected to what's coming. So, your mind, especially in the sleeping time, is going to get these downloads, not necessarily in the waking time, but more when you're sleeping. Now, you have enough emotional intelligence to directly deal with the adversity you're dealing with right now. The adversity last month, and probably, oh gosh, you guys have had it hard. For some of you, it can be connected to union. The card adds up to 9. For some of you, it can be connected to 9 years, where life has been an uphill battle, but it's just intensified as it's moved. Now, again, you're directly doing the same as Cancerians. You're looking at your connections and knowing what you have to do. Although the energy is different in this card on this occasion. Now, this looks like you're grateful for the past. You're standing your ground and meditating, but you're waiting for clarity, whereas the Cancerian card is very different. They directly had a choice they're making, and they're moving upon it when they actually gain their energetic levels and replenish their soul, whereas Libran, I feel last month has done a lot of energy work and is very much, although you might not be feeling you're standing in power, coming home to oneself is directly connected to releasing your ego, speaking your truth, and again, adversity is your best aid. Now, you need to have compassion towards yourself and other people, and I feel very much so you're going to be more grounded and able to do that. Your energy will be very different this month than last month. Pull some more clarifiers. It can be your eyesight as well has become quite blurry. So pay attention to your eyes in May. Okay, now you're going to have forgiveness towards something, and a guide is actually helping you. This can be a loved one who's passed over. You're letting go of the hurt, not directly the given situation necessarily, but you are making a wish connected to the highest possibility of this situation. Now, either you or somebody else is not being honest, and you're revoking your throat chakra and waiting for a conversation to happen. It can be, as I said, I was saying it before, you're coming to a place where you're not wanting to talk. And 7 years in Tibet just comes through to me for some reason. And something to do with August. August is very relevant for you guys. Now, you might not have had the insight as yet as to what's going to happen, but you're taking responsibility in your life of what you're needing to do. Many of you might be tying up loose ends, getting paperwork done, getting the house in order, working towards a goal. Some of you, yes, may be traveling. But again, I can see a lot of you needing to tie up loose ends before that being a possibility. Many of you feel that something is on hold at the moment, directly connected to communication that has not transpired and you feeling home. You are dealing with aspects of work, possessions, and, you know, the 3D things, but your heart chakra is still quite wounded. You're doing heart chakra work. But you do have passion towards something or someone. Let's see what else we're going to get. It's okay. Remember, it's a process. Cards don't want to come together. They're being stubborn. That's interesting. Don't force something. Go with the flow with it. Trust in the process. Especially if it's making you feel edgy. Have faith in the situation. Whatever it be. Work, finances, family, relationship. Okay, Libra for May. May. I had to think about that then. Those frogs are driving me crazy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what comes through for these. You guys are really meditating. You're doing a bit of healing. Look, everything that's happened with this kind of shadow period I think is very healthy. It might have been that because you had something so much going on, you weren't giving yourself permission on your Libran scales to actually rest. So therefore, it not only was impacting situations around you, but it was also impacting your energy levels and you being able to even directly move forward. I do feel a lot of you were feeling a road was blocked. This can be in general connected to what your greatest hopes were. Okay, and news at the moment is on hold. But that's going to end. So news is coming. It's a temporary energy. I'll try and do a mid-month video. I'll see how fired up I can be. No promises. Okay, you're more directly, although abundance isn't here, I feel it's heart chakra related. I feel it's love related. Internally, it might be you're focusing more directly on other areas over abundance. And there's sadness you're directly healing at the moment. I feel this is more a further back energy. Because you've got the 3 of air, okay? So, again, this is connected to relationships. You're really reluctant to look at situations. So it might be you're quite standoffish and you're trying to get grounded during this time. And again, I am feeling this is the shadow period of a 2-week mark. You are enjoying life, but you are waiting and you are hoping things will balance out. Now, the non-communication, that is going to end. Now, it might be that you're having a holiday because this situation is connected to employment, money, etc. There might be a delay on it, and it may be due to finances, but there is movement nevertheless. Now, justice is on hold at the moment, and you're feeling there's no justice as yet, and it's actually making you quite high-strung. It's making you quite tense in the situation. What else is coming through? Okay. Get well. You're trying to keep the balance and enjoying yourself, but you're actually doing most of these activities away from family, and it might feel you feel at a distance from family in some shape or form. Now, the communication, where communication hasn't been coming in, that is going to end, and it means that a past life scenario has been purged and dealt with. Now, the aspect of money being on hold, there is going to be a change for the better, but you need to be creative with the solution. Now, this energy of the sadness that you're directly dealing with, it may be that you get a reading because there's mediumship here, but it can be that you need to ask your guides for support, or you're getting the downloads from, you know, your dreams and insight connected to it because you've got mediumship here. Now, with this justice, what I'm being shown is you're not going to see it coming. It is coming, you're just not going to see it coming right away. Okay. Okay, it's like you guys are waiting for something. I'm going to pull a second energy here to see what it is. Clarity, yeah. Okay. Now, your current energy this month, May, you're judging yourself too harshly, okay? And it can be, it feels more your energy, you know, you're trying to move out of that though because it's in reverse. So you're trying to get grounded and you're just going, it is what it is, life is what it is. So you're just trying to really ride that, you know, that wave. Now, something of a positive nature is going to transpire. It will be heaven sent after the storm. So you need to wait for things to settle down. You need to manifest a beautiful situation because something positive is changing. It's coming about. You guys are doing a lot of healing work. Most of you felt like, especially with the purging, that you were quite far ahead. Yes, in fact you are, but many of us, it's more a block-related purge than, if you know what I mean. Where you're not judging yourself, you're not needing to be creative. You're actually letting go of ego and going with the flow. Releasing these wounds, you know, you're being guided to do that. It's divinely guided. So it can be that you're releasing these wounds and it's feeling quite heavy, but it's more a direct block. After the storm, you're really, really like, you're like, wow, what now? Looks different. Where to from here? Now, this dream is you actually receiving something. So whatever you're manifesting and wishing for, it's your aha of yes. Pull some more clarifiers on it. It's like I'm making a cake or a pizza. Okay, you need to really believe in the process. So you actually being gentle to yourself. It's going to take you to the next level. Okay, you got the Priest card. And that's for you not judging yourself. It's because you're on your spiritual path. Now, with you releasing wounds, it's going to help your abundance. And what will be heaven sent is whatever is not being correct by you will be changed. You removing your melancholia. But you've directly learnt something. I'm going to pull more on that one. Okay. Something moving to the next level. So something had to happen. Something had to be learned in order to move it to the next level. Okay. The new is, the reason it happened is because there was no room with situations the way it was previously. That's okay. Sounds good. Now, what you'll be receiving is news connected to something that's ended and a person's health improving. Now, external to this, which is a bit of clarity, where a person was blocked or a situation was blocked and they needed to be healed, this is past life related for them. And this can be connected to a twin. It's more a balancing of energies. Yeah, again, past life. Okay, it's past life related, so you just need to accept the energy. It's moving. It is transforming. Some of you, this might be some of you that are on here, or a person who's on the live session. There may be an ornament that is on a Christmas tree that's quite unique that was connected to this particular individual. Just a message. Okay. This person's energy, or whoever this situation is, they're not feeling it's a blessing. Okay, this is not childhood related. It is definitely past life related. And it might be that a situation is being dealt with connected to children, or maturing beyond that point. Now, the joint dreams that are had, you know, some aspects of work had not been done, for those of you who this is relevant to. But the person is stepping into an energy of being a warrior, a soldier. So they're going to fight the battle. Okay, past life related. It's helping them come home. Any questions? This chair's highly uncomfortable. There you go. It's a temporary energy. Mind you, a lot of us have felt stuck for a long time. Any of you that did experience tower moments, which I'll be surprised if you didn't, I think many of us in the last few months have been experiencing those gradually, in increments, like a birthday present. That's helping movement forward in life, and you need to trust in the process. A lot of us, when we do get caught up in ego, we're like, yes, but that doesn't look like the picture we're trying to manifest. How do you know? A lot of the tower events actually do co-create whatever it is that is for your highest. And I know it's such a cliche, you hear, it's for your highest good, and you're going, fucking really? So what the 3D looks like and what really is going to transpire is going to be two different things, okay? So trust in that. Try not to get caught up in ego pushing the situation. Keep moving with the flow, because the clarity is going to directly come to you, but you need to release it to let nature take its course. Is growth good? Oh. Look, the one way I can describe an aspect of a twin, and this for the people that are early on in the journey, this can be frightening and they can very quickly unsubscribe. Very much so in a twin connection, you're energetically pushed to a point where you do your purging, and you come into an energy of being quite a singular energy. And when I say that, it's almost like you need to completely feel like you're single. Now, when I say single, it's not to say that you're not going to have a proper connection in a relationship as such. It's more that energetically for your spiritual growth, where you need to come to is come to a place of home, which is totally a contradiction to a 3D traditional relationship. The connection and the journey very much pushes you beyond the natural state of a traditional relationship. So people that are in the earlier stages of relationships, definitely a soulmate connection is a more gentle, loving union and a more traditional aspect of a union in traditional society, one would say. But many twins would say, I would never do that. I could never handle that. The reality is, energetically, it's geared that way for you to learn unconditional love. So it's a real sucky, shitty journey. But, yeah, you purge and you grow. And you're always very surprised at how understanding you become connected to things, which is really frustrating. But it's part of your spiritual growth, apparently. Any other questions? So in honesty, are they bad? No, they're there to trigger you to a point, and they're there to grow as well. So we all as human beings are here as a collective to have compassion and understanding and grow. Then get a soulmate. But you will still be triggered. Energy of twin is a relevant energy in your life till the day you die, and then reincarnate. Yeah. Yes, I hear you. The more you energetically stand into your energy and understand, was this most recently, Janice? Was it most recently? Because as I said, going back. Yeah, it's for a reason. It's so that the block that they internally have can be purged. And it might be that that physical person mirrors a parent figure, mirrors a karmic. Doesn't necessarily have to be that physical person, but it mirrors that person. So that's why it's happening. And the reason I stumbled across it is obviously because of the shadow period, but because so many people were going through similar energies, to the point I was saying, you know, I was talking to a friend the other day and they said, oh, such and such has a partner. And I said, being psychic, I gauge these things anyway. I was like, so how was this person? And they said, yes, they were good. And I said, so how was the relationship? And they said, what? I said, how was the new relationship? And they went, how did you know that? I said, oh, do they resemble someone from the past? And they said, how did you know that? Bend in time. We're going back down memory lane. Fuck. Can't believe it's not cricket. Why, thank you, White Rabbit. So, any other questions? Yeah, that already happened for me, Rocky, like 2 weeks ago. It is energetically geared for us to reach that next stage so that anything could, and believe me, it always, wear a mirror. So when that happens, I know the quicker you step into your energy and get yourself grounded and don't run and focus on self, the quicker you spiritually heal. It's hard because look, my journey has been very long. And definitely this time round with a trigger point, and I'm going to deem it as a trigger point, my processing has been very different. Yeah, and many, look, it's definitely energetically geared. You need to trust in the process. You'll be very surprised as you do the processing how your mind changes. Bloody oath. But again, that's 3D. And then you come to the 5D spiritual sense and you're like, motherfuckers. It's, believe me, it would have been directly connected to this shadow period. And I mean, we could have been subject to it. And you need to look in your area of life where you might be going down memory lane in some shape or form. And that's an aspect of you purging that blockage that was relevant in your life. It just happens to be in masculine or feminine who have gone to that, you know, situation. It's there for a relevant reason. It's a direct block. And it can be that energetically speaking, you guys just can't purge that level and move that way. So it needs to happen in a separate energy, so to speak. It's like I'm an alien speaking to human beings that, yeah, I want to be a human being. I don't want to be an alien. Yes, we must. Many times we need to. You've been listening. Oh, have you? That's okay. That's okay. First time in your life. Oh, God. I equate myself to Elizabeth Taylor on the marriage front. Yet I'm a very traditional girl. I had very religious family members of opposite paradigms. Totally irrational. But hey, it worked. It was what it was. Yeah, and definitely some of the tower moments I've had in my life. Look, 3D situations, apart from the obvious of, yeah, becoming sick due to third-party situations at a DNA level, if you know what I mean, or a sexual nature. When you think of it from a spiritual nature, okay, I'm going to give you an example, and this is where we're going to feel like real fucking jackasses. Okay, from a spiritual point of view, you go to the shop and you buy yourself a mug, right? Buy yourself a mug. You've chosen it. It's beautiful. It's pretty. You guys form a connection. It's yours. It's the same situation with a human being. Okay, this is really how fucked up we are as humans. You're mine. I own you. Every aspect changes. This is why traditional relationships, the paradigms have changed. Now, the traditional values and the aspects of them are still very relevant, and we're very conditioned to be stuck into that energy of thinking it's very safe. But it does very much change the aspect of the way we think within connections. Many times we can be in a connection and people will become stagnant energetically because we don't mix it up. It doesn't keep us on our toes. And you come to a place where you can then believe that that is safe, right? It can be a piece of paper with a marriage certificate. It means you're safe. It's a lock-in contract. It can be a house. Again, lock-in contract. You could have been together 3 years, 5 years, 20 years, 50 years. Same thing. Now, inside that energy of a relationship, at any time in reality, it is a fake perception of a safety net. Now, this is what twin energy is. It's telling you that's all bullshit. It can go at any time. Yet, we're so conditioned to believe that that's a fact. It's a given fact. It's safe. It's not going to crumble down, okay? So after that factor, being in a connection of a twin flame, what then happens is all these triggers break down those paradigms slowly. To a point, you come to a place where you realize you enjoy your aspect of freedom. You enjoy your aspect of spiritual growth. You may wish to go on a holiday with your friends. You may not want to put the socks and jocks on the bed ready. You know, you physically and spiritually change. And it's not that you're becoming a horrible person. I can see Coco there. It's more, it just becomes stagnant and your energy changes connected to, you know, the way it is. Do you understand? Telling you karmic in what sense? It's not about being with twin, okay? It's more about, be it you are with twin, you're going to be a twin for the rest of your life, right? So you don't even have to be in a relationship with them. Energetically, you spiritually change to a point where, how do I put it? You can be on opposite sides of the world and the energy you will physically receive. How it directly changes you is your spiritual path. That's why I say you're singular energies. You don't own each other. You're singular energies. Does that make sense? Any other questions? How we got from Libra to twin? Yeah, it is like a Wi-Fi. It's a spiritual connection that changes the frequency. Yeah. "48 minutes in, not too bad." What time is it now? Oh, it's only 20 past 1. God, I must love you guys. Release and release expectation. Trust. It sucks because you'll be on the phone going, "Ah!" You just got to let it go. We're meditating, purging, processing. Let that wave take you. Yeah, Librans really are going through it. You're coming through the other side, guys. It's going to be fine. You can do it. I'll do a twin flame reading still, but I'll leave that for later. I've got to finish all the videos and then we can do twin videos. No, I don't think so. Do I think that maybe women don't understand the occult and make it all about themselves and silly social desires? In what aspect? That's like saying every man is the same. No, I don't. We all spiritually grow at different intervals, connected to our triggers, connected to the people around us that will trigger those aspects. So no, I don't think so. Not a problem, Kim. Any other questions, guys? It's gone quiet. Happy birthday, White Rabbit. Big shout out to White Rabbit at 35. Oh God, you're asking me about cannabis? Wow. I'm all for it. I mean, ultimately speaking, there's medicinal properties to it, so why not? I had a friend that had cystic fibrosis, and yeah, he was given it, which really did help him. Yeah, my cat, my neighbours have like, yeah, frogs. Your energy is very angry. I'm having trouble believing that. I'm gathering an Asian. Okay. Cool. How do you clear heart chakra? Purging and crying. You can listen to chakra-based music. I usually put it on Google Chrome when I'm sleeping, but I do chakra by chakra. I don't do them all at once. Had a bit of an event when I did that. Bit of a collapse. This. Satanic. I'm pretty sure God wouldn't have given me this gift if I wasn't meant to use it. Strangest sounds. Satanic. Who are the three prophets, you fruitcake? Anyway, any other questions? Do I ride a motorcycle? Yes, I have done, but not like a Harley or anything. Dirt bike. Four-wheeler. I'm not that great. My grandfather was a motorbike racer, though. Motorcycle racer. Okay, your heart chakra is blocked. It'll be more connected to hurt than anything. So if you purge the hurt and think back to the first point of a trigger of what was going on, that can help you actually clear it. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Have a great night or morning wherever you are in the world. And I shall start again tomorrow. Anytime, Stella. I'm fine, Adrian. Anytime. Look after yourself, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Or your time tomorrow night. or tonight. You get what I'm saying. Yes, the Barbie dolls are coming. I did mention that, Adrian. Thank you. Okay, bye guys.